Hi, I'm Lisa Maffia and you're watching Mogul Magazine.
As the main female member of the So Solid crew, what challenges and triumphs did you experience in a predominantly male group during the early 2000s UK garage scene?
I wouldn't say I had any sort of challenge when it came to the boys because I was very well protected and looked after, but I was kind of lonely. It was a lonely place. There was no girls to pop to the loo with in the clubs. But it wasn't a challenge. I stood my own, and that's how I ended up even friends with all the boys at 12 years old. It's because the girls used to bore me. I still want to hang out with the boys. The boys were into doing more crazy, fun things, and that was right up my street. I'd rather kick a ball than push a pram.
21 Seconds became an iconic track. Can you share any behind-the-scenes stories about its creation?
The creation behind 21 Seconds is the fact that we've got 21 seconds to spit each bar. That's where the concept comes from. The video concept was that there are so many characters in So Solid Crew. It was imperative that we showed different types of characters within the video. That was the very first time I put on a dress. Before then, it was trainers and jeans all the way, tracksuits only. That was the first time I put on a dress. It was my own dress. I actually designed the dress and got it made. I copied something I saw from Christian Dior and made it my own. And that was just like maybe the very first time we got to show individual characters. And that was really important. That was the whole concept behind So Solid Crew.
Your debut solo single, All Over, reached number 2 on the UK chart. How did transitioning to a solo artist differ from your time with the So Solid crew?
Firstly, I was so angry that I got number 2 because I was only 3,700 behind number 1. Almost did it. Back then, it was physical sales as well. It was 90,000 copies in 3 days we sold. So it was absolutely a phenomenal record for me. It was a great entrance to the scene. And I think that made it a lot easier for me to establish myself as a solo artist. And the fact that I was in the charts with a lot of pop bands gave me an extra push because before that, I wasn't planning to be a musician. I just ended up in music because I loved it so much. So that gave me the good push to really give it a try, you know?
You were the first lady of UK garage and a defining voice of the So Solid crew. When you look at today's UK music scene, grime, drill, UK rap, do you see the influence of So Solid?
I've been told many times, and that's why I love the industry that we're in. UK does stick together sometimes. In the music industry, there's been a number of grime artists, including Chipmunk, Chipmunk, am I even allowed to call him that anymore? It's actually Chip. Chip has actually said it out of his own mouth that he was really inspired by So Solid Crew, and so many others in the grime scene has. So yes, I see the influence of So Solid Crew to be yourself, to have full creative control, to go for what you want to make and don't worry about the industry and what they're actually asking or telling you to do. Just be yourself. And it's worked for us and I can see it's working for others.
So Solid changed the UK music landscape forever. What do you think people forget or don't realise about the struggles and the impact you had on the industry?
I think there's a few things that people don't really realise that we had to do. I don't expect them to remember because it wasn't there at the time. But we have told the story a few times that social media and platforms as such it didn't exist in our day. It didn't exist at all. And we had to do promotion the raw way. We had to go out and graft. We had to put up our own posters and we had to go and sell 12-inch records out of a backfiring van that we got off the auction. We had to go around to each individual radio station and knock the door to see if we could get on the station. That was the graft of what So Solid had to go through. We went from pirate radio station and tape packs in raves and stuff and jumping on the mic and begging for the mic to take the mic and please let me have a go to get heard, you know? So the graft is what I think some people don't even realise we have to do. And I think that's why we are so cemented in today's industry.
Your style, your presence, and your sound uniquely encapsulates the energy of that time. How did you do it? What was your secret formula?
I think my secret formula is trying to be as girly as possible, but staying as boyish as possible. With it being, back then jean skirts were like 6 inches. Like they were tiny. They were like large belts. But I used to wear them with trainers and I used to wear all the girly hair and eyelashes and stuff like that. But then I used to put my trainers on. So I think it was the sort of mix of street and couture. I think it was the very early days of what we see now with, baggy jeans and heels. It was the reverse. I had the trainers on with the little sexy dresses. And I think that kind of encapsulated me as a whole. Is that I still was able to be a little bit boyish, but have my girly presence to stand out and shine between all these boys that I was around.
You've built a strong brand beyond music with ventures like Maffia Rum. What inspired you to enter the spirits industry, and what makes Maffia Rum stand out?
Maffia rum is pretty special to me because the actual spices that are blended to make Maffia rum are actually from my grandmother's motherland in Jamaica. And I just remember it. I'm from Brixton. I grew up in Brixton, and the whole lifestyle of Brixton is togetherness. When you used to walk the streets of Brixton Market, you would only hear music. It was so Caribbean, it was unreal. You'd hear music, you would smell the food, the spices, you would see people playing dominoes and drinking rum. So it kind of stayed with me. And I didn't realize I actually wanted to make a rum until I tasted it. I was like, oh my goodness, that is my taste. That is the taste I know. When you was being sneaky as a teenager and having a little tipple, it was always rum that we had because that was what was around from family and friends. So it was just the norm to just go for rum. I didn't want to actually make anything else that doesn't really represent me, The difference between other rums and mine. There's a secret blend. It's so sophisticated for a rum. I think everybody thinks Ray Nephew as soon as they think rum. Not everyone likes that. Mine's a spice rum. And it's just so smooth. It's quality. It's no fake sugar. That's one thing. It's only real sugars from real sugar cane and real fruits. And it's smooth. It is so smooth. 40% as well. It's very strong.
Many celebrities put their names on brands, but you're hands-on with Maffia Rum. What challenges have you faced as a businesswoman in the industry, and what lessons have you learned?
So I have several businesses, 5 in total. And out of the 5 businesses, this is the only one I've said I don't want to do it anymore. I've probably said it about 5 times now. It's the most challenging, but I'm not a quitter. And I've had to really, really learn about this business. The others have come quite natural to me. Opening my agency, having an interior design company, all which are very natural to me. But Maffia Rum, I've had to learn from scratch. It's been really, really interesting, but it has been really challenging.
Do you have plans to expand Maffia Rum, maybe new flavors or even global distribution?
So at the moment, I'm only in Dubai as somewhere else other than UK, which is doing pretty well, and here in the UK as well. Yes, I would love to expand. Yes, I would love to do collaborations with all around the world. But I always say, just let it flow naturally. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. And if it doesn't, it was never meant to be.
How does it feel seeing people enjoy a product that carries your name? And what is the ultimate vision for Maffia Rum?
The ultimate vision is to carry on this legacy, this name. It's my real name. Maffia is my actual real name. It's not a stage name. And not a lot of people know that still, even though I've said it 1,000 times. And it's so important to me to carry on my grandfather's name. It's my grandfather's name that it stopped at him, No one else has done the whole fame thing. They have open businesses and stuff, but there's no one quite doing it the way I'm doing it. And I really want to put my grandfather's name in that hat where no one's ever going to forget it. It's such a unique name. I'm so blessed to have that name. It's created me as an artist. And it's also, I'm very proud of it. So yeah, I want to fly that flag.
You're keeping the UK garage scene alive in a unique way with UKG workouts. How did this idea come about and what's the vibe like in your classes?
So I'm not a workout person. I hate it. In fact, I've been very blessed to have a really high metabolism and never stop working. Never stop moving. But on the contrary of that, I'm getting older and I do need to work out and I do need to look after yourself. As much as you can stay slim, it doesn't mean you're healthy. And I think it's really important to work out. And I just wanted to do something a bit more fun to make that workout make sense to me. So I started UKG workout, and it's just my type of thing where you're dancing, but you're actually working out.
If you could create the ultimate UKG workout playlist with 3 must-have tunes, what would they be?
Oh, that's simple. Boo from Miss Dynamite, Little Man from Sia, and 21 Seconds.
You're more than just a musician, you're a movement. From music to business to fitness, you've continued to evolve. What drives you to keep pushing boundaries and setting trends?
I think it's always important to follow what makes you happy. I've learned that sometimes back in the day I used to be doing jobs that really just didn't make me happy and I really didn't want to do, and I was doing it for the money. Now I have choice. So I think it's really important to do things you absolutely love and to keep that going, because I think for me, I feel like if I stop and slow down, I'm going to get old, and I don't want to get old. I'm like, I want to be Peter Pan for the rest of my life. So I'm determined to stay busy. I enjoy what I'm doing. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I love giving back. By having these businesses, I'm giving other people jobs, and I think that's really important as well. I want to continue to inspire as well. I don't want to sit back and just people just think, oh, she's just famous. No, I don't want that. I want to set an example for the younger generation.
If there was a Lisa Maffia documentary made tomorrow, what key moments would absolutely have to be included?
I just think it's the transition. I mean, I come out of school wanting to be a vet. I didn't want to be a musician. I wanted to be a vet. I wanted to help some animals get well, you know. I wanted to be a nurse, help some people get well. I didn't ever think that I'd be a musician. So I think it would be really key to show the tomboy Lisa that played five-a-side football for the Metropolitan Police to being thrown into this music industry, and then the success. I think that little journey there would be the 3 stages of Lisa playing five-a-side football for Metropolitan Police to actually being thrown into music and thinking, what the hell is this, to actually becoming famous.
There are so many upcoming UK artists and entrepreneurs who could learn from you. Have you ever thought about doing a mentorship program, masterclass, or even a podcast to share your journey and gems?
I have thought about it. It's just another layer of Lisa, isn't it? I've got to have time for that, girl.
You're living proof that legends never fade. You just evolve. What is next for Lisa Maffia?
I never set myself limits. I never set myself a goal that's where I want to go. I think you can always learn. You can always be doing something different. You can always be learning something different. And I think if you limit yourself and put a tag to it, I think you'd only set your bar so high. Me, I'm just going to keep on going. And just as long as I'm enjoying it, as long as it makes me smile, and as long as I get to spend the special moments with my family and friends, I'm okay to keep on going and just challenge myself each year.
We've seen so many legends come and go, but you've stayed relevant, resilient, and respected. What is the secret to building a legacy that lasts?
I think, again, it's to build a legacy that lasts, you've got to really be doing something that means something. No matter what it is, if you're making music, write good lyrics, write lyrics that are going to inspire and uplift people. If you're going to do fashion or drink or whatever it be, is have an ethos, have a message behind it that encourages people to do for themselves, to do better by their life, to do better within life, you know? I think their legacy it's not only mine, it's who's around me and who's helped to build me. My family is the one that really supported me from day one, from me having a child at 18 years old to becoming a superstar, being as famous and being on stage and being able to tour. That's all part of my legacy, and that's only been able because of my family. So I'm not the only one that's made that sort of, you've got to have your team, you know, it takes a village, as they say.
Lastly, any last words?
Any last words? Thank you so much, Mogul Magazine, for having me. I love you, and I think this is an awesome opportunity. Thank you for having me. God bless you. Thank you.
Evolution doesn't announce itself. is felt in the subtle shift of taste, in the questions we ask, in the legacy we shape. This is not media, this is memory. This is Mogul, the magazine you watch. Elegance has an address, and today it's the Ivy Clifton. There are places that don't ask for attention. They command it gently. From the moment you step inside the Ivy Clifton, there's a quiet assurance. You feel it in the warmth of the welcome, in the weight of the glassware, in the ease of being exactly where you're meant to be. The Ivy isn't just a restaurant, it's a rhythm. The standard here isn't spoken, it's understood. White linen, dark wood, gold fixtures. Every detail is chosen with intention. It doesn't try to impress, and it doesn't have to. We began with cocktails from the Ivy's Touch of Rose summer menu, a seasonal celebration of all things pink, playful and poised. Bold, beautiful, and designed for unforgettable moments under the sun. For starters, I chose the Ivy's classic crispy duck salad, roasted cashew, sesame, watermelon, ginger and hoisin. Light, crispy and unexpectedly bold. My guest began with the crab and avocado tian. Dressed crab, sliced radish, tomato, coriander, layered with avocado. For mains I had the steak, perfectly seared, with crisp fries that whispered simplicity well done. Uncomplicated but deeply satisfying. My guest chose the Mediterranean sea bass fillet, delicately layered with smoked aubergine, toasted almonds, olives and a sherry tomato dressing. Each element restrained yet thoughtful. The dessert, a dark chocolate bomb, velvety rich with honeycomb, theatrical in all the right ways. Also a deliciously scrumptious cheesecake, topped with a mouth-watering mango sorbet that cut through with elegance and clarity. A final note that was both refreshing and indulgent. The Ivy's legacy began over a century ago in London's West End, 1917 to be exact, founded by Abel Giandolini, an Italian calf unlicensed and unassuming. Legend says the name came from the actress Alice Delicia, who whispered, "We will cling to you like the ivy." It became the go-to spot for theatre legends Olivier, Lee and Coward, people who lived for art and dined like it mattered. Today it lives on, not just in London, but across the country as part of the Ivy collection. And Clifton? This is a quiet chapter, refined, residential and reserved. The Ivy brand has a legacy of timeless dining across the UK. Clifton's location blends that heritage with the spirit of Bristol. Creative, composed and quietly powerful. And in a world where loud is often mistaken for luxury, the Ivy reminds us that elegance is calm. There's nothing loud here, only certainty, quality and a quiet confidence. That's rare, and that's why it belongs in this series. Elegance has an address. Today it's the Ivy Clifton, only at Mogul magazine. Power isn't granted, it's embodied. It starts within and it grows through action, awareness and ownership. Power isn't what you show, it's what you know and how you utilize what you know. Wellness and inner power. The evolution of healing from trauma to transformation. Across the world, moguls, creators and quiet power players are rewriting the relationship between success and wellness. For too long, the narrative was grind, win, burnout, collapse, recover, repeat. We worshipped the hustle, glorified exhaustion, and called it ambition. But that old model, it's crumbling. Today's elite understands success without wellness is a hollow victory. True wealth is no longer measured by the size of your paycheck or the power of your portfolio. It's measured by emotional mastery, resilience, clarity, and peace of mind. In this new era, the mogul is not just about conquering markets. They are a steward of their own energy, guardian of their body, and a master of their inner world. They know if you don't heal the wound, you will keep leaking energy no matter how impressive your achievements. Icons like Beyonce have spoken openly about therapy. Jay-Z has rapped about generational trauma. Even in private wealth circles, CEOs invest in mental health coaching, performance psychology, and energetic alignment. Why? Because this is not weakness. It's the new frontier of elite performance. 3 pillars of wellness for the evolved mogul. Radical recovery. Elite performance is not about doing more. It's about recovering better. Burnout is no longer a badge of honor. Today's high performers use tools like cold plunges, red light therapy, precision sleep, and even biohacking to optimize recovery. But at its heart, radical recovery is about creating a sacred space to recharge your nervous system, setting boundaries, protecting downtime, and treating rest as a non-negotiable asset, not an afterthought. Emotional alchemy. Powerful moguls don't avoid emotions, they master them. They work with coaches, therapists, or spiritual guides, transform grief, anger, fear, or anxiety into fuel. They know their triggers, they sit with discomfort, and they evolve through it. This is emotional alchemy, turning pain into power and wounds into wisdom, because you cannot lead others if you are hiding from yourself. Sovereign rituals. The evolved mogul has rituals that anchor them. This might be a morning meditation, evening journaling, weekly therapy, plant-based nutrition, or simple breath work between meetings. These sovereign rituals are not for show. They are the scaffolding that holds up the empire. Without them, you are at the mercy of chaos. With them, you are centered, calm, commanding, no matter what the world throws at you. Why this matters? Wellness is no longer a niche conversation. It's a global movement. Luxury brands are leaning into wellness. Billionaires are investing in longevity labs. Corporations are embedding mental health into performance strategies. This is not just a wellness trend. It's a shift in what it means to be powerful. The moguls of the next decade will be those who master their inner world, not just their outer empire. They will know when to push and when to pause, when to lead and when to surrender, when to rise and when to rest. This is the evolution of healing, from trauma to transformation. This is the future of power, and it begins with you. So here's your practical takeaway. Block out 10 minutes a day for pure stillness or meditation. No phone, no noise, just you. Identify one old wound or emotional pattern you've been avoiding, and commit to seeking support or addressing it. Design one personal ritual this month that anchors you. A walk, a journal, a tea ceremony, a workout, a moment of gratitude, and protect it. Where the smartest money moves next. Elite Money. 3 next generation wealth strategies for 2025 and beyond. Wealth is evolving. What worked for last decade's millionaires won't guarantee success for the next generation of moguls. We are standing at the edge of a new financial frontier, and only those willing to rethink their strategies will thrive. First, understand this. Wealth is no longer just about accumulation. It's about velocity, diversification, and access. Private wealth offices, billionaires, and family funds are already pivoting. So what are the 3 next-gen moves you need to know? 1. Private equity in untapped markets. While the public markets are flooded with retail investors, the quiet money is flowing into private equity, especially in underexplored sectors. Think African fintech, climate-resilient startups, agri-tech, and overlooked supply chain innovations. This isn't just ESG dressing, it's where the next wave of unicorns will come from. It's no longer enough to play in familiar markets. You must go where the barriers to entry keep most people out. 2. Ownership over income. High-income individuals often confuse their salary or client revenue with wealth. But the elite have always known ownership builds empires. Whether it's acquiring small companies, buying equity stakes, or structuring smart joint ventures, the next generation mogul must shift from active income to passive, scalable ownership. You're not just working for money. Your money should be working for you. 3. Alternative assets and longevity investments. From fractional real estate to fine art, rare whiskey, digital assets and longevity biotech, the smarter money is hedging against inflation, volatility and demographic shifts. And let's be clear, this isn't about chasing every shiny thing. It's about strategic placement guided by expert insights and global trends. The future of elite wealth isn't louder, it's quieter, sharper and more precise. And while people are still chasing outdated playbooks, the evolved mogul is positioning themselves today for the next 20 years. So ask yourself, are you working for money, or is your money quietly working for you? Luxury is no longer loud. It's not in logos. It's in peace, fulfillment, clarity. We don't chase trends. We curate legacy. The evolution of luxury, the quiet revolution of fulfillment. Luxury used to be loud, flashy cars, champagne-soaked parties, designer logos splashed across Instagram. For years, celebrities helped define what luxury looked like, and social media amplified it, making those images feel both aspirational and accessible. But here's the double-edged sword. Social media didn't just elevate luxury, it also exposed its cracks. We watched people flex for the gram, then realize some were hiring fake private jets just to get the shot. We watched influencers flaunt their rented designer bags, celebrities projecting lifestyles built on debt, and everyday users chasing luxury aesthetics they couldn't afford. At its extreme, it's not just sad, it's psychologically concerning. We've reached a cultural tipping point in an age where nearly everything is available instantly, where we can buy almost anything with a click. We're waking up to an old truth. Money can't buy happiness. This realization is reshaping the meaning of luxury for the next generation of moguls, creators, and the elites. True luxury today is no longer about performance. It's about fulfillment. It's about experiences that nourish your inner world, not just to impress your outer circle. It's about the quiet joy of being fully present, of investing in what makes you come alive. The evolved mogul no longer craves attention, they crave meaning. They no longer chase status, they chase experiences so rare and so personal that no one can mimic them. Today's elite luxury isn't found on the red carpet or on the gram. It's in the bespoke wellness retreat that recalibrates your body, the private chef crafting meals from your family's ancestral recipes, the generational legacy project that outlives you, the handwritten letter, the intimate dinner, the uninterrupted time with the people who matter most. We've saturated ourselves with symbols. Now the ultimate flex is not the thing, but the freedom. The freedom to walk away from the noise, the freedom to be present, to choose meaning and choose stillness. Because here's an uncomfortable truth. The luxury economy has become democratized on the surface. You can rent the clothes, the cars, the look. But beneath it, the psychological cost has risen. We're addicted to the image, but starved of the feeling. The mogul of tomorrow knows real luxury isn't about how many people see you. It's how deeply you experience your own life. It's about building a life where you don't need to fake it, you don't need to flex it, and you don't need to escape it. In a world of instant gratification, the rarest experience is the one that makes you feel fulfilled on the inside, quietly, personally, and authentically. The next wave of innovation won't just be tech. It will be soul, empathy, culture. Those who listen will lead, and those who innovate with purpose will rise. Right now, the world is shifting fast and we want to hear from you. At Mogul, we believe evolution doesn't just happen in the boardrooms or headlines. It starts in our communities, in our ideas, and in our voices. So we're asking one question. What does innovation mean to you right now? Film a short video, tag us at MogulMagUK and use the hashtag MogulVoices. We'll be curating a global reel mid-month featuring powerful voices from around the world. Your voice matters. Let's evolve together. Here are the audiobooks you are listening to right now. Powerful works that challenge how we think, expand what we believe is possible, and remind us that the greatest breakthroughs begin inside the mind. These books aren't books you finish once and move on. They are works we return to time and time again, because each time we listen, they reveal something new. Number 1, Your Invisible Power by Genevieve Berend, a timeless guide to tapping into the creative force of your imagination. Genevieve teaches how focused visualization can shape your world outcomes and how mental images are the starting point of all success. Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. This short but deeply powerful book reveals that it's not just about your thoughts, but your feelings that shape your life. Neville shows how to align emotion with intention to manifest your desires. Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. A groundbreaking exploration of self-image, Maltz explains how the way you see yourself controls your potential, and how shifting that internal picture can unlock transformation in every area of your life. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. A modern spiritual masterpiece that brings you back to presence. Tolle invites you to release overthinking, stop living in the past or the future, and reclaim the peace and power of the present moment. You can find the full audiobooks on our Mogul magazine, Mogul Book Club playlist, or access them anywhere online. We recommend you listen, reflect, and return often, because these are the kind of works that shapes your mindset, your strategy, and your future evolution. The AI revolution. Who gets left behind? AI is the buzzword in every boardroom, every headline, every global conference. By 2040, AI is predicted to generate over $184 billion in revenue, a revolution of productivity, innovation, and possibility. But here's the uncomfortable truth. What good is AI to the millions of people across the world who still lack access to clean water, reliable electricity, and basic education? What does machine learning do for the rural farmer without internet, for the single mother without healthcare, for the displaced family without a shelter? Now let's be clear. AI is extraordinary. Its power to transform industries, unlock inefficiencies, and even extend human life is undeniable. But it is at its core a revolution for the middle and upper classes. For those already holding power, resources, and connectivity, it's a multiplier. For those at the margins, it's a distant echo. Another innovation they're told will trickle down, but rarely does. History has shown us this pattern before. Electricity, the internet, mobile tech, even banking. These innovations deepen the gap before they bridge it. AI can predict stock movements in milliseconds, but it cannot feed the hungry. It can write poetry, paint images, and compose music, but it cannot house the homeless. It can optimize supply chains, but it cannot fix broken chains of global inequality. The AI revolution is here. Its power is undeniable. Its reach is breathtaking. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Without addressing foundations of human need, clean water, electricity, digital access, basic health, education, dignity, AI becomes a revolution for the few, while the rest watch from the sidelines, excluded, overlooked, and underserved. The uncomfortable question now isn't what AI can do, it's who will it truly serve. And as the world accelerates forward, one truth remains. No true progress is progress if it leaves millions behind. And now for our Hidden Innovators segment, where we spotlight individuals making a significant impact behind the scenes. Today we're featuring Heman Bekele, a 14-year-old Ethiopian-born scientist living in Virginia. Heman's been recognized for developing a soap that could potentially help in the fight against skin cancer. Heman's invention is an incredible breakthrough, especially considering his age and the challenges young innovators often face. Heman's journey is a testament to the power of curiosity, creativity, and determination. Despite his young age, he was able to balance his schoolwork with his passion for science and develop a product that has the potential to change lives. The soap he created is designed to be both affordable and accessible, making it a potentially life-saving tool in the global fight against skin cancer, particularly in regions with limited access to medical care. The significance of Heman's invention extends beyond just the skincare or health industry. It highlights the importance of supporting young innovators, especially those from underrepresented backgrounds. By nurturing talent like Heman's and providing the necessary resources and opportunities, we can help nurture the next generation of scientists and entrepreneurs who will lead us into the future. We'll be keeping an eye on Heman's journey as he continues to innovate and inspire. Heman, congratulations on all your hard work. This is not just a new issue. This is the standard. We will not return to outdated ideals. We will not shrink to fit the old model. We evolve, we elevate, we move with meaning. Welcome to Mogul, the magazine you watch.